Today I wanted to do a first impressions video of this shoe. This is a prototype from Lono, available for pre-order now. This is called the Wild, and if you might recall, I did a video about a year ago now about the Lono Flow. That was their debut shoe, and it really took the barefoot shoe world by storm because it was offering some really cool features, good build quality, at a then very affordable price. And this is one of their newer offerings. This is their trail runner slash hiking shoe. This is the Wild. It is a very flexible shoe. The top is what they call tech suede, which they say is like reclaimed suede or recycled suede, but it is real leather. And you can see it's sort of surrounded by just this sort of plasticky rubbery coating for protection. You got a nice toe guard here, which I've tested and I'll talk about that in a bit. And in the back here is a stabilizer. So I'm not really sure in practice what this does. When I took it on a hike, I wasn't really feeling its impact, but you know, maybe it helps stabilize something. Um, on the back, you have a pull tab with some nice patterns, and then the lacing here also has some patterns on it. What I did notice is that the lacing has a lot of friction, so even when you sort of tie these laces, you can sort of feel some resistance already, and I am betting that this will mean that it does not go untied, or it does not get untied as easily as other shoes that I've tried. There is a cork insole here. I think this is 3 millimeters. It's cork lined. It's not really fully corked, as you can see here. That's 3 millimeters of insole, and then here at the bottom you have lugs. The lugs are 4 millimeters thick on their thickest point, and the actual sole itself is another 4 millimeters. So this could be anywhere from 8 millimeters to 11 millimeters of stack height, depending on if you have an insole or not. See the lug pattern here. I'll talk about the grip in a bit after I've actually tried it. And you can see the width of the shoe. It's a pretty wide toe box shoe, just enough for my size 2E feet. I am a size 43 in the Lono Wild, which is just about the same size that I am in Vivo Barefoots. What I can say is that compared to their original Flow model, this one seems to have more room for higher volume feet, which I do definitely have, and it does not feel as restrictive there. Seems like a pretty well built shoe. I like that it's leather. They say that it's also water resistant, which I haven't really fully tested that, but actually, let's test the waterproofing now. Welcome to my bathroom. So I'm just gonna like pour some water here down through the sides, maybe the back. It's worth noting it is gusseted, but not super high up the lacing. So let's just see if there's gonna be any moisture or water seeping through here. Okay, so I'm just feeling inside. There's definitely been some water that's actually sort of seeped through when I poured it through the laces here. So basically you can't submerge your shoe in water without it sort of being wet. I think at the end of the day, this is not waterproof at all. This is not nearly as waterproof as the Lem's Boulder boot that I reviewed, but I don't think they claim it to be fully waterproof, more of water repellent. But because it's not fully gusseted, once you get water through here, then it's gonna basically seep through the shoe. Aesthetically, I actually really like the aesthetic. I wasn't super sold on the original Lono Flow, but the Wild, I really like the look of it. It's sort of like a climbing shoe. It's sort of gorp-core. I got the gray one, which I think is really nice and neutral. I actually might prefer the mustard colored or yellow one that they have on their website as well. So first impressions are good and all, and the looks are good, and the specs seem good. How does it actually fare for real world use? So I really wanted to test it out, so I'm gonna walk over to a park called Wally Creek Regional Park near my house. It's around southwest Sydney, and we're gonna test this out on a quick trail run slash hike, whatever, and we'll see how we go. I'll see you in a bit. All right, I have just wrapped up a pretty short hike slash trail run slash walk, whatever this is. It's just near my house, so it's just a few kilometers, but it was enough for me to really get a good first impression about this shoe, its strengths, its weaknesses. I can definitely say that the grip is pretty impressive. That was the one I was probably the worried most about, and something you can't really tell until you take it out on the trail. I wasn't sure if these lugs would be grippy enough, but surprisingly they are. Some of this trail has a few wet spots on it and the grip was not compromised at all. So A plus for grip there. And overall, in terms of comfort, really comfortable throughout. There was the right balance of flexibility and that barefoot feel with having enough of a lug so that you don't feel the rocks sort of digging into your feet. The toe protection on the shoe is really good. Like you can see here, I'm like kicking this stone here and I'm not feeling anything. I wasn't sure about this sort of stabilizer in the heel though. In practice, I wasn't really sure what it was doing, so maybe you can educate me about that in the comments about what that actually is supposed to be for. Also, as a plus, the laces never came untied even though I didn't do any fancy double knots or anything. So as I assume, the laces having a bit of friction does contribute to it not getting untied that easily. Overall, whether it be running or trying to climb a few rocks or going downhill, this was really comfortable and really stable, and I didn't feel any sort of loss of confidence as I was going through this mini trail. Overall, I'm pretty happy, and they still price this pretty competitively compared to the more mainstream, well-known barefoot shoe brands. They should be on pre-order now as of uploading this video, or they might be out already, but check it out. I have a link in my description. Just as a disclaimer, Lono did send me this shoe for free, but they did not have any input into making this video, and I also make a very small commission from any purchases made from the links that I have here. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks for watching. I might see you in the next one.